G'day, everyone. How are you? How are you? Hello, Renee. I go, yeah, you better be here, woman. I'm like, giving me nightmares over this. You are. That's all right. Let's zoom in a little bit. Cause I don't know what I'm doing. How you doing, my darling? I woke up this morning and I just missed you. And I was like, okay. I woke up at 4:30. And now because of daylight savings, you finish like at 5. And I was like, by the time I had humaned, you had gone. Hey, Tara Lynn, how are you? Yeah, so we are here with this today. Well, let's see how this goes. All right, now I'm just going to go with it, Renee. That you didn't specify. Am I allowed to use water soluble ones as well? I shouldn't have. All right. Hey, Kat, how's it going? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, what am I saying? Hey, Angie, that was it. From across the room again. She loud back up now. We're at quarantine. I'm free. I'm negative. George is negative. So we survived the touch wood. We survived the plague at this point in time. We'll see what happens in the near future. Hey, Sue, how's it going? Jamie, hello. Yeah, anyone's, I guess. All right, good. I'm not going to use all water soluble. I only want to use water soluble for the background. So I figured that was fair because I want to get the background done because I'm going to work upwards using oil pastels because they're a layer. Big technical words there. They're a layer. But yeah, so I was like, all right, let's get in then because I'm just going to go with it and go. She gave me permission. So I'm just gonna. All right. Which one do I want? This one looks good. I'm going to try the Derwent water brushes. I haven't used them. So we'll see how I go with them. Probably badly, but that's okay. All right. It's got a button that says push. So let's see if it works. Ooh, water. Little things. You'd think water would come out of a water brush, wouldn't you? Shh. It's okay. All right. Let's go in. I might zoom in just that touch more for you so you can see what I'm doing. These ones I'm using first, I'll tell you. I should be good and tell you what I am doing. No, there. Okay. What I am using is some kind of oil pastel. Hold on. I'm getting to it. Hey, Theo. Hey, Marilyn. Hey, Marilyn. I'm using the Mangyo Aquarelle oil pastels. So extra soft, water soluble in the pearl colors. So I want it shiny, just a little bit shiny. Yesterday, I could have thrown shiny things out windows, but we won't talk about that. All right. Don't you start, Angie? Awesome. It's a little bit of hello. Mona. Hey, Mona. Mona. Hey, Mona. And this is, they don't have names on it, so this is a bright yellow. Well, if they did, they're worn off. Yeah, some of them are worn off. And I don't care that much to look. But anyway, it's a bright yellow. Angie's getting up me as she always is. But it's a bright yellow. She gets up me all the time. Tell you what. She reckons she only gets up me a little bit. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking that closely. All right, now we're going in with a dirty yellow. Okay? Because some of them are worn off. And she's like, this is what I put up with, people. Hey. Hey, Diane, how's it going? We're gonna I need to jump in the shower. Oh gosh, yeah, I can imagine. I'm just walking 7 miles. I'd be dead. I'd be dying. All right, let's do this because I actually have no idea how these even work. So Andy brought them up. So let's see how these babes go. Hey. Mona. It's always a good day when I start off to Mona. Hey, Mona. Mona. And Della, 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 Della. How you doing? I'm surprised Angie's even talking to me. I yelled at her yesterday. It was very nice of me. I was frustrated at everything, mainly myself, and then Georgia, and then Angie said something. I was like, I did apologize. I promise I did apologize later, but I was like, it wasn't very nice of me. So you guys can get at me for being mean to Angie because I did get up myself. So I'll accept getting upness. So how's everyone's week been? I decided that I can't seem to do anything without hurting myself recently. I just like last night I went to close the cupboard door and it stuck. So me pulling on it and then I cut my finger. I'm like, seriously. Yeah, the night before I'm down putting a mower together and I was doing it in the dark using my iPhone torch because I was too lazy to get up and turn lights on and whatever else. But anyway, and I clocked myself in the head on the garage door, left a mark. I'm doing real well. Oh, so this color, I think I can see this one, if you really want to know, is salmon pink. Salmon pink. Yes, I think the important thing is, yes, it's normal for people to get cranky, but always must apologize. I will only not apologize if I was completely in the right, which is rare that I'm completely in the right. Chunky bits. Chunky bits. Oh, Thea, that sounds so delightful. I remember when I was doing security bouncing and stuff like that. And my boss put me on a underage disco, like so school disco one night, like all school combined kind of disco thing. And I went to him afterwards and said, I don't care what nightclub you put me on. I will work wherever, but do not ever put me on an under school disco again. I'm like, no. And then I become a teacher. Go figure. At least I got paid to do it then. Now I don't even get paid to do it. But that's okay. All right, so that was, so I think I want a bit more of this. What color are you? Ooh, you're a bit nice. All right, let's come in with vermilion. Oh my gosh, it's like ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I'm a bit of a red sky at night kind of girl. Red sky at night, sailor's delight, cold morning. Give me a red sunset, and I'm like, oh yeah, like your. Don't know if I've ever shown you the photo. A colleague of mine took out at her property. It was like the coolest thing. I think I did show it. You're back, Renee. Hey, really, welcome back. All right. So, what other goss do I have yet? Tell you nothing. I was pretty much in quarantine for a whole week. So, I got dress rehearsal of the play today, which is why I was cranky yesterday, because I was trying to sew shiny stuff and it didn't want to sew. And then apparently Angie's like, you need some kind of bowl-headed thingy, jiggy, whatever. And I'm like, oh, shut up. Yep. I'm just not going to go shiny. So it's like, yeah, no. I hate sewing. Absolutely hate it with passion. And yesterday reaffirmed my hatred of sewing. I find no enjoyment in it. She's getting at me again. She's like, yeah. It's like being married. I was about to say we don't sleep together, so it is like being married, really, isn't it? So yes, so Andy was downstairs for a whole week, and it was weird. We all missed her so much, even though because I think because she was just downstairs, we're like, oh, but Andy's just there. But yeah, it was kind of a bit sad. So it was nice when we all tested negative and we could give each other a hug. La la la, da, 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 da. All right. Now I'm going to go in with this color here. Red. Yeah, that one's an easy one. I'm going to go in red or rouge. It does have rouge there. I'll go in with some rouge. Right. I'm happy to hear everyone has got, yes, it's good. And like she's tired. Like she's getting fatigued really easily. Like she come home from work yesterday and was like, oh, I'm supposed to go get on the bus and go see the boyfriend or something today. It's like, today now. And she's just like, I'm not going. She goes, I'm just too exhausted. And I'm like, whoa, the fatigue is real. I need to bring down. It's bothering me because it's not straight. I need a wooer. Hold on. Oh yes, these are the pearl versions. So there is a bit of shimmer. You just probably can't see it like I can, but it's the sunset sky sparkles. I think that's half of the pictures Angie and I send to each other is of the sky. It'll be like, oh, see the sky? Something about the way light play and color, you can't capture it like the real sky. I know, technical words. Hey Zoe, how you doing? I am so going to get this everywhere. Ah. Luckily, they layer on top of each other. Was I up during the night? I don't know. I was up at like 4. Something like that. But no, I slept actually not too bad last night. It's good. La, 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 la. What? Looks good so far? Yeah, I wasn't sure how it'd all work either, but yeah, it's luckily. So yeah. All right. Okay, so let's go in now with something. A colour of some sort. What's that kind of colour? Not sure. All right. go in with Violet. 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 Violet, Violet. So, I'm just trying to think what else has kind of happened. It's been so, not exciting. But I was at a meeting yesterday. So I had to go to a meeting yesterday, and a council meeting kind of thing. And we were talking about, because there's a bunch of teachers, and we were talking about just how disorganized and scatterbrained everyone is. And, it's kind of been like that, especially around here with floods and COVID. And then, because you guys, like a lot of people overseas have been dealing with COVID for 2 years, whereas here in especially in my state, we've only been dealing with it now since the end at Christmas time, because we shut up pretty tight. So, so that, lockdowns, kids away, people dropping like flies, 2 floods, and just the brain is not coping. Like I was saying to the boyfriend last night that I just feel like I don't feel smart because things aren't. My brain's not working. I can't get words out of my mouth right. I can't remember things. And, just everything's disorganized and all over the place. But it was good to feel that, it wasn't just me having that feeling, kind of those kind of feels. Hey, Pamela, how you doing? Yeah, I never got it, Zoe. So, so we're all, it only ever ended up being the oldest child that ended up with it. And the youngest and I and Angie and everyone else remained free, remained negative. So we were all very lucky. Hey, Emily. Hey, how you doing? But words are hard. Yeah, I know. Words are hard. But I just feel, I sit there and go, I promise there is some smarts up here. Just don't know where they are at this point in time. I'm going to come back with some of that violet and just a little bit through there. And then you're going to come back with that vermilion. Oh, no, the red, wasn't it? Red. So fingers crossed. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but I'm just going to, fingers crossed. I might actually get a full week of work in this week. And then we're on school holidays. You're like, yeah, right. Cool. I got an email from the teacher that took my class, and she said that only 5 kids were there in my class were there on Friday. And I'm just like, oh, you're kidding me. All right. Going to go into a lighter purple now, which is something. A lighter purple. And then a light blue. I really like that blue. Oh, well, they're the blues I'm going for. All right. Okay, let's see what happens when I mix these together. Oh, yeah, just get in and have a go. So these ones are obviously the water-soluble ones, but I'm going to use the non-water-soluble ones in a sec. I figured I'm going to cheat on the background because otherwise we'd be here for days while I smush in. And smush in, technical term. There was a bit of yellow on one of those blues, so I'm getting a bit of a green tinge. That's all right. £5. No, just water. I'm just using water-soluble ones at the moment. So these ones here. Hold on. Yeah. Those ones is what I'm using at this point. Just to cheat a little bit. Oh, nice. Yeah, I hear people talking about the works all the time. It gets some great paper packs in the works. See some of the paper that you guys get, and I'm like, oh, I want those papers. It's like, no, not yet. Hey, Kenny. Oh, thank you. Thank you, my darling. As always, way I'm just like hoping it works. You know, that's how I roll. I'm telling myself that on the holidays, I am actually going to paint. I'm going to sit out on my deck and I'm going to paint. So that is my one thing I want to do. Mind you, I've got to get 5 million albums and journals and all done for markets, but I want to paint at least sometimes. Just even if it's only half an hour a day, just go paint and eventually come up with something. Oh, you just said, yeah. Just like go pick what I want. Pick Renee. Tell me what I need. Yeah, no. If they're not water soluble, then you can do this kind of stuff, exactly the same thing using solvent, using odorless mineral solvent, and just dip your brush into it, and it'll turn oil pastels into this. if you wanted to do this kind of softer kind of background. Solvent's your best friend when it comes to oils, just like it is with oil paint. Not that I do oil painting, mind you. I stay away from that, like with 10-foot pole. I'm like, nope. I don't have enough patience to work with acrylics, let alone oils. No, I'm like, no, not going to happen. I'm just going to come over and do a bit of smoothing of some transitions and stuff now that the bottom kind of section is set in and dried. Just a bit of reactivation and get it set on up. All right. I'm thinking a little bit more purple up in here. All right. What am I going to do? I need to get Tammy to do it. What? Paint? No, what? I don't know.
Jay.
What are we going to go do? I don't know.
Yeah.
Type it. I don't know. I missed something. Oh, yeah, the dragon eye. I love that page too. Oh, speaking of dragons, some of you might not have seen it. Want to see my dragon? I haven't. I've still got heaps to do on it. But look at my dragon. There's a dragon eyeball for you. Yeah, look at that. So that's the start of the journal cover. Dragon. Sorry, got sidetracked. Oh, yeah. All right. Now I'm going to come in with whites. And get rid of my hair. Hey, Calamity. How's it going? Thank you. But it's got to get, it will have some gold overlay on, and I've got to work with the scales and stuff to give it some more depth and dimension. So eventually it will end up being a little bit, hopefully a bit special. Yeah, me too. I know, Marilyn. I do appreciate that when you use the scientific method. I enjoy it. No one else gets excited for me. Angie did. So I went to a garage sale yesterday morning because I'd seen it pop up, and it had I could tell that there's some old books there, right? And we'd just been to the old bookstore, and it was way overpriced and stuff. And I'm like, I saw a whole bunch of old books, and I'm like, ooh. And so I got up early before I had to go to this meeting to go down to this old book thing. You off, my dear? See ya. I'll see you couple days. See ya. Have fun. Yeah, so the what was I talking about? Yeah, went to the books, went and got things, and I ended up with some 1912 art books. No, I'm going to, Zoe. I've got a few. I've just moved, and I've got a few bills, but I needed to sell a few of my projects, because my rule is that I try not to spend too much of my own money unless I sell some things, if that makes sense. But so I got some art books that were made in 1912. Fusil, I didn't see you pop in. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in ages. Hold on, I'm getting these books. Oh, yeah. So I got these books here that are from 1912 or something. Handicrafts designing, and it's all about design, obviously. And then this one here, like I didn't pay that much attention to how old they were when I picked them up, because I knew they were old, but I didn't realize they were that old. I just went, ooh, old book. And this one is, so this one's 1930. This one is the decorative design and color. So I was like, okay, cool. So a couple of old art books, which is kind of cool. Oh, even got colored printing in it. That's a bit flash. And then, but this is the one that got me excited. Hey, Kelly, how's it going? Scientific apparatus. I don't know if you can see it through the plastic. Scientific apparatus, 1958. Look at this. Yeah. And it's basically a catalogue, an order book for scientific apparatus from 1958. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm sure the guy that was selling it, he's like, you mean there's other people like me out there? And I'm like, maybe. Because I thought I was the only weird one. And I'm like, no, we exist. He's like, tell me you like cars and doing stuff shed-wise, and I'll marry you. And when I do. And I said, but I'm a little bit too young for you. He's like laughing. But, oh, thank you, Kenny. Yeah, I'm really pleased how that Dragonite turned out. I obviously still haven't finished, but I am a little pleased. Alrighty, let's go in now with some grey. So I'm just going to put it everywhere. I'll come back and add. This is the beauty of oil pastels, is that they will layer lovely. And this is just the undercoat. So don't freak out. There's a method to my madness, sort of. There always kind of is. Kind of, sort of, not really. I just kind of cross my fingers and hope it works. Except for I run over good old Mr. Crane here. Yeah, I know. I'm trying at least one page. Yeah, I know. I kind of one page. I remember when I used to get like 12, a dozen kind of pages done. Now I'm like, did I get a page done? I'm feeling you. But Terrelyn's right. Got to take some time for you. It's important. I'm just playing. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I get that because most of the people in the States and stuff stream at time. I'm catching Z's at, so I get it. Time zones certainly do make a difference. And now I know, same for me. Now that I'm back at work, catching alive is even harder. Do you know what the secret is, Kat? I just let it go. I don't get caught up in that it has to be perfect because I know how the human brain works, and the human brain will fill in how it should be anyway. As long as the perception is there, like the idea is there, the brain will make it look how it wants it to look. So I kind of sit there and go, I could spend hours adding in every tiny detail, but the reality is that I don't need to because someone that looks at its brain is going to fill in those details anyway because that's where they should be. It'll fill in the gaps. And because I am so impatient that I'm just like, yeah. Like I see those artworks where they work with like, a brush that's got one fiber and so on. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, just no, it's incredible. But I'm like, no, I don't have patience for that. I'm never awake at 8 a.m. night out. Yeah, no. I'm an old lady. Even when I did night work, I still hated being awake at night. I am definitely an old lady in the fact that I'm like early to bed, early to rise is my jam. It was weird last night. I was talking to, the boyfriend thing and wants to plan like a holiday in June together, and I'm like, whoa, oh my gosh, do I need to do this kind of stuff? I'm like, man. I'm like, yeah, I suppose I should. Wants to go to some like tropical island thing. And well, radio, whatever. It's like, yeah. I'm like, you do know I'm like happy just to stay in my house and never leave. I probably should do something. Thanks, Kat. I mean, it's because it's kind of how I think it is. It's just like, just let it roll. There's so many things to get caught up on, and I'm like, I have enough problems with my brain and anxiety to worry about. And this is, to me, this is therapy. This is the stuff I do to give myself, my brain, a break from needing to have control and perfection and all of that. So I'm like, this is my time just to let loose and be free. Okay. All right, I need to go out of those ones because there's no black in there. And hope that there might be a black in this set. There is. Good. Or dark grey. So this is the Heraldo de Palabao. ERALDODIPAOLO. Them water soluble oil pastels. Okay, and I'm just getting black basically. I've got to learn to work from right to left, not left to right, one of these days. Oh, the Pearl Rubens won't get you wrong. I love them. That's what I'm going on to in a second when I go on to normal oil pastels. They're beautiful. They're just like butter. Little sticks of creamy butterness. Sorry, concentrating. I'm actually thinking. Weird. You think of one in March. Yeah. Ooh, nice, Hazel. Yeah. I haven't done much. But then, when I sit down and go, all right, I've done, like, this, my year's been crazy. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Just smudge a little bit. Just a little bit. I want to see you smudge it a little bit. No worries, darling. Look after yourself. Have a beautiful day. And so I hope you have some lovely time with your daughter. It's lovely to see you here. Bye, Mona. Mona. And if you hadn't figured, basically I'm putting off doing all fine details. It's like, oh gosh. Oh gosh. I gotta do that. Sorry, blanked out. Hey, Heather. Barley Solomon. Um, we're just. I live in tropical paradise. We're going to go to an island. That's about 2 hours away, 3 hours away. So we're going to go to a place where we're looking at, if you want to Google it, called Heron Island. So basically, heron is kind of, a craney looking thing, bird thing, jiggy. I don't know. Angel's like rolling her eyes at me because I'm like, birds, not my thing. But anyway, so we're going to go there. Not going overseas. I've moved. I haven't got cash for that. I'm like, but we'll be going somewhere. And I'm like, whatever. Let's go. You're going to make me go somewhere where I don't have stuff to keep myself busy. I'm going to be like fidgety as. So it'll get interesting. You'll get to see me really antsy. I'll have ants in my pants everywhere. I'll be like, yeah. And hello, my darling Heather. I don't know if I said hello when I answered you, but hello, my dear. But now if I'm going overseas, I'm going to places that are cold and different. I'm not paying to go to the tropics. I know, how bad's that? It's like everyone's like, yeah, let's go to Vanuatu, Hawaii and stuff. I'm like, no, I want to go to Canada and England and cold places. Where there is no palm trees. I look out my window and I see palm trees, so I'm like, yeah, no. Like legit, look out my window and I see palm trees. Hey, Christina. How you doing? Well, that's it. Who works when there's things to do? That's right. Like, I seriously just want to win lotto so I can just play all day and spend money on stuff because I can. Instead of, adult stuff that you got to spend money on, like feeding kids and bills and because apparently, you know, it's the law that I have to feed my children. Which, you know, who come up with that rule? How's she looking? Looking like dog's breakfast? I don't know. Like I said, this is just the underlayer. If you want, after I do this, I'll do a few detailed parts of the birdie bit while I let this all dry before I come in and do the layers on it. I think might be a plan. Stain. No. Adulting is annoying. And we sit there and we remember as teenagers going, oh, I just can't wait till I'm an adult and no one can tell me what to do. And, you know, remember it because that's, you know, we all did it. It's going to be so great when I'm an adult. And then you become an adult and you're like, oh, I wish I could be a teenager again. And mum did my washing and cooked dinner and I just had clothes bought for me. And, you know, yeah. Don't be in a hurry to grow up, kitty winks. It ain't so fun. And that's what I tell my kids because, you know, they're very, very spoiled. And I said, there's a reason why you're spoiled. It's because I work hard. So just remember that. It doesn't come free. Yeah, I try to avoid it at all costs, but sadly, it, you know, apparently you still have to. It's like, I just want to go in a corner and finger paint. All right. Okay, so that's that part done. So we've got those there, and we'll just let that dry up a little bit. And we'll go on and get into the nitty-gritty stuff, the stuff that you probably really actually want to see. And I've been avoiding because, you know. All right, so I'm going to be using the oil, the Paul Rubens. At this point, they're just the plain ones. Okay. Now I have a little friend here. Okay, little one. Look how tiny it is in my giant man-sized hands. Okay, and over here I have a some cotton balls that have been soaked in OMS. Okay, I don't use this. I use some generic brand that I got from the hardware store. So That is my plan, Jan. And this is Sebros cooked brown soil. There you go. Cooked brown soil is the color of this one. Ooh, oh, okay. That sounds so lovely. Oh, yeah. My daughter's working on paint by numbers, and it's like so detailed. And it has like 40 different paint colors. And you're just like, what? When did it become like that? Seriously. Verona, hello, hello. All right. Part of me's like, just go in. I'm too impatient. So you could use a brush to move it around too, but I find in finer details like this, the tortillions give just a little bit more control. And it's like, is the squeaky noise, is it picking up? He's hearing the squeak squeak. If it irritates you too much, let me know. Because I don't know what the mic will pick up. You just woke up from a nap. Nice. Why so many Amazon? I don't know. Because usually probably Australian versus overseas and stuff like that. Angie tries to give you both. So there's in the UK and all of that. So she gives you the options. And some of these things we can't get on Amazon. So we need to do it elsewhere and all that kind of stuff. And I'm using like a whole lot of stuff. She's a good mud. She likes to be prepared. All right, let's come in with yes, they're all ready for the Paul Rubens. Hey, Ronnie, thank you. It's so kind of you. Oh, I'm like, oh, you're a warrior. We are warriors. Because I'm in tiny areas now, so I'm like, I might zoom in just a little bit more for you. Thanks. If I can wake my mouse up. So you can actually see. what I'm doing. If he's wanna. I'm like, all right, let's go all dizzy for a second. Okay, there we go. How's that? Not we have ordered single pens and pencils in Australia from Colt Pens. So, and are they well packaged? They're not the greatest, if I can't remember exactly, but they weren't horrible either. I can't remember, Angie. Can you? It's been a while. Oh, she's answering. Oh, there you go. She answered. See? Look. I'll look up. She's already answered. There you go. See, I knew she'd be all over it. All right, now I'm going to come in with, what's this one called? This looks like a good color. Unbleached titanium dioxide. Good. Cream. Not quite white. That's what I want. And I'm going to take advantage of the fact that oil pastels layer, because I ain't getting no details at this point. I'm going to pick me another paper stump. I've got a little sanding block here, so I'm just going to give it a quick clean because I'm working with a light color. That's why I'm not going to use the other one there. And let's start moving this around. So I'm going for a traditional look, if you hadn't figured. I was going to do it all gold, and then I figured that was cheating. I was going to make it King Kakaji, but better not. So I'm going for aged old pagoda. Alrighty, now the fun starts. Oh, all right, I've got two colors here. I've got vermilion and China red. I'm going to work with them. Why are you feeling annoying? Because you put names on things. So no, I wouldn't be feeling annoying. Oh, $2 later. Oh yeah. Yeah, Colt Pants is great. Oh, Terilyn. Nice. That's so sweet. All right, I'll make sure she gets that. That is so kind of you. And she's going to be like, rah, 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 rah now. I shall make sure she spoils herself with that. Because she is awesome and well deserved because she's a legend. Okay. Oh, shut up. All right. So this is Vermilion. Oh, yeah. Cold pens is great for individual stuff. It's so good. And they have things like that we just don't have and not get in Australia. And if we do find it in Australia, it's like ridiculously expensive. Does anyone want to go like shower and make yourself look like Bollywood actress for me? Effort. Anyone know how to put on a sari? And that thing long, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not coordinated enough for that. Oh, no worries, Kelly. This is yeah, just kind of I'm like this just seemed to work. I'm like big fan of this technique. It lets you do things you think you can't do with it. You're like, oh, I'm limited to doing big abstracty stuff. No, you're not. You just got to make things work for you. And I think Renee does this too, which is good. She does something similar. The paper stumps, man, are really good. And like now it's getting a bit glunky on the end and not very sharp. So just sharpen her up. Bring back the point. Because you're wetting her with the OMS, she gets a bit ratty. You can get peelable ones too. But even if you didn't have them, like I'm actually a big fan of these too. So these are the little cotton tips that have got the pointed end. You can use that as well. Because I'm all about adapt and use what you can find. I was Casper dreaming. Oh, he just looked. He's like, you just wake me up. I heard my name. He gone back. He's like, Yeah. It's like, I've had that boy now for nearly 6 years. He turns 7 in a couple of days, few days. Snowing, extremely cold and windy. Oh, it is overcast and drizzly here, but lovely. It's very nice. Right. I think that. All right. Okay. Now let's come in with China Red. Aw, thanks, Christine. I'm glad. You're drunk. Oh, it's been the last couple of mornings here have just been amazing because we're going like we're in autumn, like autumn is kind of gone into start. And the mornings are just getting that little bit of briskness to them. But everything's so green because we've had obviously a really wet season. And it's just, you wake up in the mornings and look out and I'm like, oh, the weather is just beautiful as I look up and it's raining. But I don't mind a good drizzle. But yes, it's lovely to have you here. Um, Sometimes I'm a little more chatty, but this is a challenge. So I'm kind of half concentrating that I don't ruin it for you guys, that I am not found wanting. Oh, these pagodas are just such amazing things to visit. However, if you don't like ladders and steep staircases, they're not so fun. And when you have old lady knees, even more not fun because the stairwells in these things are like, they're basically a ladder and designed for little people. So when you're a 6-foot giant with bad knees, it's like, oh, going up's okay. It's coming down. Oh, it's like, oh, why did I do this to myself? But incredible. Oh, I didn't even think about the reptile because I forgot all about it, Angie. Didn't even think about it. Should have mentioned it. It's just there. Forgot that would have been good for the background. Didn't even think about it. So that's why. The opposite of the world thing is so confusing. Yeah, I know. Awesome after the heat and yeah, that's what I mean. It's just beautiful, and that's what I say to people. Even though we've had the floods and stuff, I wouldn't change it because that's what you pay to have what we have most of the time. I'm like, I'd still rather. Oh, I lost my piece of paper. Anyway, all right. Just going to go in now with a little bit of black. They make lawnmowers for tall people here. I said, don't you just adjust the handles? Yeah, I always feel like Gulliver's Travels when I go to Japan. Landed, on the giant. Even adjusted up to show. Oh, really? Oh, wow. You must manage. You do awesome. Oh. See, my view is that they don't make desks high enough. Like I have to be comfortable. I can't put my legs underneath the desk. I have to sit, and I'm doing it now. I'm sitting side on from the desk. Like they fit under, but you're just not as comfy. Especially if you want to be like female and cross your, well, not be female, but you know what I mean, cross your legs. It's difficult. Oh, drill new holes. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I hope this pagoda's coming together. Do you think it looks like a ancient pagoda? Oh. Yeah, see, Charlie's going to be easy for me. Okay, I'm concentrating, Renee. I'm telling you. I am the concentrating. All right. Okay, let's come in with grey titanium dioxide. Oh my gosh, look at this monk. Oh my God. Apparently, I've got to put skin tones on him, I was informed. And I'm like, really? You mean? Oh, there's a little pagoda down here. Rude. Missed it. Yeah. So if I put way too much on now. That's right. I cover it up. You see nothing. Nothing? Nothing. You see nothing. Hello, Cara. How are you? You don't need to apologize. Never apologize. We all have lives. Certainly don't need to apologize here. I'll add some more to that later. All right. So I got that grey titanium. Yeah, I'm going to come in with a little bit of that brown soil or whatever color it was that we used in the roof. One of them colors. Although I'm just saying, Renee, this monk's not facing the right way to have skin tones. He's facing up towards the thing. So I apologize, but he can't unless he's got a bald head. Do you want to make him a bald-headed monk? Slide my book up. Sorry. Being tall has its advantages, but sometimes I always think it'd be nice to be petite and tiny. They still like extensions on it. On my desk, yeah, effort. Oh, don't get me wrong, Kenny. I could whip that up in 2 seconds flat if I was that keen. It's all right. I've had many years practice at just dealing with it. I just like to complain, all right? Let a woman have a moment. All right. I'm going to come in with black. You can do this as well with regular crayons too. If you get some OMS and just normal Crayola crayons, it will do a similar job to this. Hey, Claire. Nice to see you. How are you? How's it going over there? And the doubles A's. Oh yeah. I love it when you guys realize that you're close by each other. Like Alex and Renee, they get to hang out, and it's like, it's so cool. I like get excited for you. All right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, probably gonna make noise on the mic. I need the Tombow. What color? I don't know what color I want him to be wearing. I want him to stand out a little bit. So I'm going to go for a brighter orange. Orange yellow. Okay, so this is orange red. No, I just said orange yellow, but this is only the base. Yeah, there. And then Indian yellow. And then black, because it's the back of his head. Sorry, Renee. Sorry. But I'll put skin tone on his hand. How's that? All right. So this is red, yellow. Sorry, working on tininess there. I had to do a little concentrating. Well, that's always a bonus. The nullable flooded. Wow. Swatches are great. I love swatching. I like to swatch. Swatch. Oh, I forgot those stairs over there. Yeah. All right. No, I want to. Oh, I'm just looking at my desk. I got pastel everywhere. It's the only problem. It ain't a tidy medium, which is why I struggle with it sometimes, because I may be me and like things tidy and clean. And I'm all like, ew. Look at this. I need to wipe my hand. So I'm just using baby wipes. Baby wipes. Baby whites, an essential addition to any artist's arsenal. They're good. They're clean hands. Oh, it's crazy. Fuel, groceries, and then people just being silly and thinking, oh, I'm just going to buy 5 million rolls of toilet paper because you've mentioned this. And you're like, people, you're not going to be without for like ever. Just share, be mindful. But apparently, no, that's too difficult. All right. Let's bring in a little bit of green. Okay, I've got olive green. I had to fill my car up yesterday with fuel. No, Friday, whatever day it was. I had to fill up basically. And because I haven't gone anywhere the last couple of weeks, I haven't filled up for a while. And because it's gotten to over $2 a litre here now, I just went. I said to Angie, I couldn't make it go over $100. I got back in the car and I was like, I just couldn't do it. So I stopped at like $97 or whatever it was. So I can't pay that much. Because I've only got a small tank on my car. And I'm like, that's just crazy. What am I sharing? I'm confused. I don't know. I've missed something, which doesn't surprise me. You have to yell at me sometimes, people. Like I said, I'm really scatterbrained recently. You said share toilet. Oh, yeah, true. Well, I meant like, at the shops, not like legit. Let's share it because, ew, gross. Like I like people, but I don't think there's anyone I'm willing to share my toilet paper with because, yeah. And it's all right here because somehow at some point I ended up with like a dozen or something, the horrible hotel single roll ones that are, single ply and put your finger through in 2 seconds kind of rolls. I actually have them, and they're the backup of desperation. If ever need to, I've had them for years. And I don't know. I've never actually had to use said hotel toilet paper. Just saying, because I buy what I need when I need it, and then leave the rest for others to buy. And I still haven't gone without. Right. 9. Interesting names. I'm going in with Deep Grandmother Green. you my bum sore? It's been sitting for too long. Just thought I'd share that information with you. Oh, 3 litre for fuel. Yeah, that was one advantage of being quarantined. Yes, I didn't have to drive anywhere and pay the exorbitant amount for fuel. It's a bit like grandma, it takes over. Screen. Oh, right. I've got a number. Bought gas twice into, yeah, wow. Yeah, but $6, that's per gallon, isn't it? Whatever. So gallon is, how many, it's 4 litres a gallon? I don't know. I'm like trying to remember what it, 4, less than 4? Higher than 4. Yeah, I know it's around, yeah, 4.5 kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes, that's kind of how I look at it, Rainy, too. I just go, you know what? It is what it is. I'm also mindful that while I can whinge about it and stuff, I can actually still afford to put it in my car. So there's others that, you know, that just means that they have to go further without stuff. All right, a bit of black. Whoa, $165. Wow. Yeah, Perth is whoop whoop, which is kind of funny, but Perth is beautiful. Oh, we're looking at time. I can't go overtime today either because I've got to go to this rehearsal. But that's all right. We'll do this next week. But I'm like, you know, she's getting there. Don't look too bad, I don't think. $3.705. Yeah, there you go. Thought it was around the 4 litre mark. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Hey, I'm just impressed that I could remember that it was around the 4 litre mark. Because, like, while I work in inches quite happily, like, I can do inches and I can do cups and I can do all of that. I can go between them. Fahrenheit and your fluid ounce stuff and your gallons and stuff. That I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, what were you guys thinking? But that's all right. because yeah, I work in inches. I rarely do measurement in centimeters unless I'm doing building measurement. But, all right. I just put that black back, didn't I? I'm like, I'm not finished with you. Where did I put the thingy jiggy that was my black one? Where'd you go? Rude. Oh, down there. It fell down. Stop looking, people.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was even when I went, geez, how long ago did I go to Perth? I was 9, 10, something like that. So we're talking 30 odd years ago. It was for place for the rich anyway, even then. But I do remember you guys had Big Rooster before we got Big Rooster. And then when we got Big Rooster back over here in the East Coast, I was like, oh my God, we got Big Rooster. I remember having that in Perth. Oh my God. I was so excited. Big Rooster was a chicken store for everyone overseas. Chicken takeaway. And I was like, ah. Now it's called Red Rooster. But anyway. I have done a smudgy smudge. Should we mention the clothes? Let's not mention the clothes, okay? Let's not mention me looking for clothes. It is. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh my gosh, Marie. Hello. And 2-year-old and a nice block. Yeah. And the fact that it melts like so quickly. I'm thinking I'm going to leave it there and I'll come back to it next week because if anything I start now, it's going to take a little bit more time. But I need to wake up my mouse. Yo, let's bring you back out a little bit. But there she started, like remembering she's only just started. She got a lot of work to go yet. But she's getting there. She's getting there. I think. But thank you for the super chat too. I will make sure Angie gets something for herself with that. It's nice that you think of her. I'm just saying that was lovely. I nailed it, of course. I haven't finished it yet. There is potential yet for it to not be good. This is base. I have the potential to stuff it up yet. Let's remember, we still got plenty more to go. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Hey, Rita, you are. I'm leaving. Hey, goodbye. But that's okay. Alrighty, I am going to leave her there and go have a shower and turn myself into a Bollywood, whatever I am, old lady. But that's what I've got to go do now and get ready for this dress rehearsal. Oh, you sent me a link. Okay, cool. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It was so lovely to have you all here. For me this morning. You guys, I love hanging out with you. It's just been a pleasure. And thank you for brightening my day. And I will see you next week. And as always, be kind, be strong, be a warrior, and look after yourselves. And you're ice skating. I won't. Yeah. Oh, did they, Roni? Oh, that's awesome. I'm so proud. Oh, I'm really pleased. Okay. All right. I'm going now. Bye. Well, I'm going to go once I wake up my mouse and turn it off. Okay. Bye.